Hi, it's Sarah from Elemental Indigo, and this is the next video, and in this one we've now learned how to do a one card angel card reading. We're going to have a go at doing a past, present, future one. So basically it's the same as the one card, but we're going to link another two in, and we're going to make 3 cards and we're going to link them in together. So again, with the intention, so we put the intention into the cards that we want to clearly receive divine guidance and be able to accurately interpret it. And then we're going to shuffle the cards and we're going to see what we get. So I'm going to ask a question about what's happening with, what do I need to know about my career, because that's been quite a roller coaster over however long I've even had one. It's always been very interesting and very hard at times, so I'm going to do a past, present, future about what do I need to know about my career. So I'm going to just, again, I've shuffled the cards a bit and then I'm going to go to which one I'm drawn to for past. Let's put that there. And then present. And future. You can pick them any way you want, whether you shuffle them and cut the cards or sort of sift through and get drawn to one. In whatever you just go with your intuition. Right, so let me just sort of put those in there. Unfortunately the angle of the camera is a bit wonky, so you can't see them very well, but I'll hold them up. So the past one is Caressa, and it said, you are at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and guide you to your next step. Happiness awaits you now. Now obviously I'm not going to go too much in depth in this reading about what it means in relation to my career, because that's my personal reading and not everyone wants to watch that really, but it's just about how we're going to link the cards together and how, for an example point of view, how we can see the past, the present and the future. So for example, this card in my past, whether it's past years and years ago or past recently past is a matter of interpretation in the cards as well. I find quite often it with myself anyway that it's sort of more recent past, as in at least within the last couple of years, and the past that this refers to for me is probably only sort of 6 weeks ago or so, very recent past, where I was indeed at the end of a cycle in my life because I moved away and I shut down my cleaning business, which is what I did before, because my health was getting bad and I decided to go and do what I love, and it was a big leap of faith and it still is. So for me, yeah, that makes sense. And it says about guiding you to your next step, which I've been using, talking to the angels to guide me to my next step. So again, just whatever you can pick out of the imagery on the card, whatever fits for you without it being too ego based. But that does make sense for me as in the past relating to my career. I'll try not to turn this one over. Right, so the present one. Now that definitely makes sense to me. The card is crystal, and the message on the card says, have faith and hope because there is something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. Now this clearly makes sense to me for a start, because I mean, especially today, out of all days, I have been really struggling because I think we basically, in the past here, we made this change. We came to the end of the cycle. We started afresh a couple of weeks ago. Yay. And then sometimes you start afresh and you think, great, everything's going to be fab from now on. And it doesn't quite work like that. And you sit here thinking, oh, blimey, what's happened? What, you know, why is everything not going how I thought it would be? It was supposed to be better now, and it's not really. So it's career-wise, definitely, because I've just leaped into something that doesn't necessarily guarantee me a salary at the end of every month. It's a bit scary. So saying have a faith and hope, because there's something positive and new on the horizon that you can't yet see. There goes my phone. That really does relate with me. Now, you'll get some cards in these readings where as soon as you pick it up, you'll go, oh yeah, I know what that means, awesome. And then you'll get some where you just need to study a bit harder. I think as you get more in tune with the cards, and you get more in tune to just intuitively as well, picking them without thinking too much about it, you'll find that ones come through where you're not thinking too much, going, what's that mean? You'll find it just either flows easier, or the right and the most obvious cards to your situation will appear. With the past, present, future as well, you shouldn't be struggling too much with these two cards because you've already had the past happen, so you know you've got something, you've got a point to refer to what this card means, and the present, you've pretty much got a, you know, you're going through it now, you've got a point to refer to what this means. So this card is just reminding me that don't panic, have faith and hope, because there's something over here and I can't quite see it yet, so I mustn't panic. If you do more than if you do a few readings at similar time periods as well, for example, I do my weekly oracle card readings, and I know the week I've done this video, the card that was for the middle of the week, which it is now, was Blessing in Disguise, which has come up. I did another reading earlier today and it came up again. And this is a similar card, as it's saying, have faith, there's something good coming, but you can't quite see it yet. So be aware of repeating messages, because if you're getting repeating messages, like repeating text messages, then the angels are really trying to hammer that point home, and it's important that you pay attention to it. So it's important I pay attention to that, even if I'm panicking. It's important. So then we've got the future card. Now this is going to be slightly more difficult to interpret, perhaps because you've not lived the future yet. You haven't got a point of reference for this. So this one says, now that you've asked the angels for help, be open to receiving divine guidance and assistance. You deserve heaven's help. So I've had in the past about calling upon the angels, and I've got in the present about having the faith and the hope, as in calling on the angels for that, because I'm going through a difficult period. So again, the future cards aren't set in stone, they're just sort of referring to the future as it is now, from like a snapshot of your life now as you do this reading. It can always be changed. So this is sort of, obviously, assuming I'm paying attention to this card here because they're repeating the message for me, then I'd be asking my angels for help. So in the future, yeah, I've asked them for help. Now I could rewrite this and sit here and go, well, I'm not asking anyone for help, I'll do it myself, and not ask for assistance or anything like that, in which case it's going to be a bit more difficult. They'll still be trying to give it, but if I'm not asking, there's only a certain amount that they can do, because you have got to ask, basically. So however you do that, whether you pray or whether you just have the intention mentally, give the intention out there, just ask. So in the future, now of course it doesn't come with a time frame again, so you've got to use your intuition to whether it's going to be weeks, months, years in the future or the near future. I feel like this is the near future because of this present card and needing to ask for help now. So, well, I'm hoping it's the near future because I'd like to receive divine guidance and assistance as soon as possible. So that, I think this is sort of pretty soon, basically. And then what you can do is you can just double check things to make sure you're on the right track if you don't know what the card means. So I mean, this is basically what we've talked about, saying help and receiving assistance. And with that one there is the one more thing of believing that you deserve assistance, which again ties in with this one. So basically it's just creating a snapshot of past, present and future, and you take what you can take from the cards, whether it's directly, you know, sometimes it is, you'll be paying attention to what the card says and the meaning of the card. Sometimes cards will come through where it may not necessarily be so much the meaning on the card that they want to get through to you, but it may be if it's a name of a particular archangel. Some decks have archangels in, or ascended masters. That might be a particular archangel that you need to be connecting with. Say if you got an Archangel Michael for the present card, then at the moment you might be going through a lot of fear-based stuff, and it might be reminding you to connect with Archangel Michael energies right now to help you through the present period of fear. Or again, it could be the imagery that's calling out to you. Could be something in that. Usually it's sort of a mixture of everything really. But whatever you can sort of pull from the imagery as well. I mean, these aren't too... There's some cards that have got more symbolic things on, but say these have got a little bit. You've got, I mean, butterflies on this future card, and butterflies relate to transformation, you know, the rebirth, as in like when the caterpillar goes in the cocoon and transforms into the butterfly. It's like a rebirth, transformation sort of thing. So pick up on any sort of symbolism. Maybe that's something that's coming through as well. So that's like the past, present and future spread. And I've waffled on for enough in this video, so I'm going to leave it there, and then I'm going to do some more videos on some longer spreads like Celtic Cross one and the multi-deck spread. Okay, so thanks for watching.